Alright, I have good news for you. We have got even more thumbnails to look at. I'm not sure if this is the same amount as there was in my last video, but I thought probably best to split them up. These are even older than my last thumbnails. These are probably the oldest thumbnails on my channel. Well, they're pretty old. For example, this is my Ultra Cake Core Season 2 thumbnail made by Pat. Pat made, as I said, most of, if not all of my... Well, I didn't make Season 7. Apart from Season 7. I don't think he had time. I made the intro for Season 7 as well. Nice. Right. Football Manager 2017. Oh, I see. I tried to, like, include the number at the bottom, the number of episodes. Didn't always keep it on in the right area. But hey-ho. Oh, Prolific. Prolific SMP, I actually did try to have a different background for each episode. Unfortunately, it only lasted 8. So, oh. Goodbye. Yeah, it only lasted 8 episodes, unfortunately. So there you go. Ruins of the Mindcrackers. Zendra made a bunch of different thumbnails. They do look quite blurry, but like... they would look better in smaller form, in thumbnail form. So yeah, and they work fine. The renders were done by Ruben. I mentioned Ruben last time. He was someone I knew back in the day. Quite known for his art. Unused. Well, it's not unused anymore. Alright, let's have a look at the main body then. Just go through them. Have a look at them. Discuss the video maybe. Oh, who made that for that? I think Chipsy made that for me. My brother Domo is in the video. I don't remember his skin being black though, so either that was a glitch or he did have a black skin. Very basic thumbnails. That was my 3000th video. I remember that. I remember editing that. It took a whole week. But yeah, I included different thumbnails in the background. Look, there's my old Ultra Hardcore thumbnail. I had an even older Ultra Hardcore thumbnail that was even worse. It was like, it was me standing on top of a jungle tree with like gapples floating next to me. It's terrible. But yeah, I went from that to that, so a bit of an upgrade. There's a Bugs Life action game thumbnail. Oh, that was a series. That was like James's Minecraft journey, like through the Minecraft updates, but that was like a attempt 1 and it only lasted like 7 episodes. But I like the thumbnail. Sort of. Questionable. You can't even see the sun. The sun's behind that. What is it behind? That. Alpha World Tour. That was another series back in the day. That was a tour of the world that I had in the series, but I didn't have a thumbnail of the series because it was so old back in the day when I didn't do thumbnails. My Mind's Crack UHC player montage thumbnails were very basic. I could have done way better. Wait, could I have though? I was using Paint at the time, so probably not. Or was I using Paint? I don't remember. That was a failed apocalyptic season. The first one. The first ever attempt of apocalyptic was failed, but it did have an intro. That was also a failed attempt. As was that. That was a real attempt. That was a real attempt. And that was also a real attempt there. I don't know why... Yeah, so again, as I said in the last video, this is like my older style of thumbnail with the, you know, with the UHC thumbnail, I should say, with the text and the background. The Minecraft terrain in the background. Don't like that thumbnail. I don't think I used it though. I used that one though. The background to that is actually of a mod. I can't remember the name of it. It's not the Highlands. It might be the Highlands mod actually. And then obviously the logo there, which I doubt I made. Although if I did, I'm not surprised. Quilliam UHC. We won that with... Well, JC got like 12 kills in it, so... Yeah, good for him. Nah. Anyway. Arena battles, yeah, see that's... Look at some of my thumbnails. Some of my thumbnails are way, way, way better than that. See, even that, like that's a bit of an upgrade. This was a series that came before Random PvP. The whole idea of Random PvP was I had so many series, so many, yeah, PvP series, and I just wanted to have them all under the one heading. And Random PvP came from that. And it's a terrible idea. Bad line SMP, people like that. That was a funny one. Oh yeah, so little Easter egg then for those of you who've clicked on this video and are watching. So this was my banner between I think about 2015 to 2016 or 17. Got the text, Memories of a Gamer, which is kind of, you know, my slogan at the time, which, to be fair, it's always been my slogan, really. That's the idea of my channel. We've got thistles here on the side, which are, well, thistles are the national flower, I believe, of Scotland. Got the Scotland flag there, and actually, there's also a scene in the background that you can actually see from my house, basically. So that's always been, or it's not always been part of my channel, but at one time it was part of my channel, but you can sort of see the outline of a pile in there, a tree line. It's very dark. Obviously I included it with the knowledge that no one would notice, or if they did notice, it's unlikely they would care an awful lot, but I think it's because of the sunset in the background. Must be taken in winter, because the sun usually sets over here in summer. Yes, it is south facing. That was Blossom Season 4. Yep, it says it. Blossom Season 3, I won that season. It was FFA. Check it out if you want. Blossom UC. I used that thumbnail for both... Wait, did I change it? I'm sure I changed it at one time. Or I changed it recently. At time of recording. Where's my non-Reddit playlist? But yeah, I used this for... This was Blossom Season 1. Blossom UC Season 1. And I used this for Season 2 as well, despite the fact some of these players weren't in Blossom Season 2. I think Zedra wasn't in it. But I did have like another thumbnail to use. Yeah, I changed the thumbnail for Blossom Season 2, which I prefer now. So I don't know why I used it for Season 2. It was a dumb idea. That was the Blossom rerun, I think. Yeah, I did particularly like that. Oh, I can talk about it because I know the owner will watch this, and if he does, like, I'm just stating an opinion, and I'm sure that he understands. Obviously, it was up to him, but we did 4 seasons, or he organised 4 seasons of Blossom, and then it got to a point where he went back to Season 1, and it was like, yeah, the last 4 don't count. So I didn't really like that, but, you know, it's his round, he can do what he wants, sort of thing. I accept that. I actually played that on holiday in Wales. I remember I was in my... yeah, I was in my room trying to play that. It was interesting. It was quite something, shall we say? Build UC montage. That was a good montage. That was middle of 2017. Build UC the movie. Wait, hang on a minute. Did someone? I think I did that thumbnail, but someone definitely did that for me. Basically, I did this Build UC the movie thing. It was late 2016. It was just a bunch of us mucking about Build UC and forts and stuff. It was actually so fun. It was myself, Ruben, the guy that made some of my thumbnails I spoke about, and this other guy called TJ. We were, like the 3 of us, had a weird synergy about us. But it was a good group. It was a good group to record with. So, yep. Good memories. Dynasty UC, that was failed season. Okay, Corrida. In fact, that's the second thumbnail that I've seen that has that exact map. I wonder why I kept using that exact map. That was a channel trailer. That was a terrible recorded round. Wait, hang on a minute. Oh yeah, no, it wasn't terrible because it was badly organised, although Summer I don't think will be too keen if I mention that he was the organiser of it. Yeah, I was on the phone for all of it, so that's why it didn't go well. Corona Trials. Yeah. I'm recording this during the coronavirus pandemic, so that has a whole new meaning behind it. But that was a CTM that Zedra and I did. And I'm presuming Zedra made the thumbnail because it looks good. Certainly looks better than anything I could do, so. That would have been my montage. Yep. Oh, there we go. There, I showed that in the last video. Classic old Lichcraft CTF thumbnail from Paint. That was one of the first CTMs I did. Basically, back in the day I used to start a lot of CTMs and I'd never finish them. So I thought to myself, I don't want to be known as the guy that starts stuff and never finishes them. So I always made it, you know, that one was a little easier than like Super Hostile or Ragecraft. So I did that one with my brother Dolmo, and we did it, and it was good and all. Cubecraft SG montage. That was a good video. Despair UC, I think. Yep. Well, it says it. Duh. Hey, look, there's a spawner. I wonder if that was part... That can't have been a scene out of the game. I probably just saw that and thought, oh, cool, I'll take a screenshot of it. Yeah, that was a joke video there. Dynasty. I think that was my first 1.9 UC. very possibly was my first 1.9, and it was actually soon after 1.9 came out. Imperia. Oh, that was a failed season where the intro was out, and we had dates for upload, times for release, I should say. It was scrapped on the eve of release. Very peculiar. Imperia first season. There's the Etho UC player montage, Eximi's memories. That was a funny UC. It was a failed season because Strobes, the guy, a guy I knew back in the day, I was teamed with him, and we killed everyone in the game basically. I like, it was so bad. Like, not, well, the situation was bad enough because I remember in the intro, for some reason, I was that guy that went round everyone's badline profiles to check how good they were, and I realised there was one person in the game that was better than us, and I thought, oh, you know, they've made a mistake putting me on a team with Strobes. Because, like, we didn't know anyone. I don't know how we got into that round, but we didn't know anyone. And the guy that was better than us, incidentally, was a guy called Brock, also known as I'm Happy, or later known as I'm Happy. And, yeah, we killed him as well. So, no worries there. First World Tour, that was of my first ever Minecraft world generated. So, I did 2 tours of that. One of my early series on my channel is of that. And I did a follow-up video some years later. Did I? I probably did that one, yeah. Some of these thumbnails are just... But, you know, they don't look good, but that's just the reality of what I was working with. I don't have the experience or the devotion to art in a way that other people do. I like that one because we burned the forest down, so, you know, that's why it makes sense. That's a video that's no longer on my channel. I cannot remember why. I think it was because... Oh, I think it was... I included something in it that I shouldn't have. So I ditched it. I like that one. That was of a... like a community friend montage thing. And I included everyone's faces. You can see a few people there. Zenger, Spods, my brother Dolmo, Bombastic, Cat, Scorpio. There's a Dino playing MC. Turtle Soup, Sneaky... Good memories. Won that season. Didn't win that season. Did I win that season? I don't remember. Didn't win that season. That was the first time I met CJ. Infernal Sky 2. That was the first ever map I saw on YouTube. And that was the first ever Minecraft video I saw was of that map. That was Zenger's SMP UC. Back in the day. Oh, that was my first James's Minecraft journal video, and I included the like what episode it was. I used to call it day, like day 1, day 2 instead of ep 1, ep 2, which I don't regret. I just changed it later on because I found it a bit more annoying, or I forgot. I think at one time I forgot and just started doing the #1, #2 sort of thing, or it would have been #1, #2. It would have been like #250, #251. James's Minecraft journal. That must have been another one. I'm sure I had another one. Maybe not. That was a series I did with 3D Spodders. He wanted to do a video with me, so we did a bunch of battles and I made a series out of it. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Oh, I thought I'd moved on. Channel trailer video. YouTube Insights. I think that was an old channel profile pic. Glad I don't use that anymore. Kohi. That was on the eve 1.9 came out. I played Kohi for like a few hours. And I thought, oh yeah, Minecraft PvP is going to be different, so I'll make a Kohi video and be like, oh hey, time to say goodbye to 1.8, and years later we're still playing 1.8, so yeah, no worries there. Lego Star Wars, that was, up until that point, I think I'd only done Minecraft and Football Manager videos, so that might have been like one of the first other games I did. RSGS, oh no, that was a meme video, never mind. That's one of the most viewed videos of my channel, lower shield texture, although it is for 1.9, so it's slightly outdated. Main world tour, don't know why I've still got the same background as my first world tour, because that wasn't my main world, but I obviously liked it so much. I mean, to be fair, that build did take me ages, months to do, so too right I'm keeping it. Now look at this, this is the actual journal thumbnail. Compare it with that. No comparison. Boom. So much better. Thank you, Ruben. Don't really like that one, but I was doing speed challenges that Etho had invented. James versus time. I mean, it tells you what it's about, but it doesn't look good. Mega montage again. Clips from the video in the background kind of blurred out. Micro Wars, although it's actually called Micro Battles, I think. So I was calling it wrong all these years. But I like that thumbnail, even though it's very, very basic, very old. I like the fact it's from a cool angle looking up. You can see the 4 quadrants. Micro Wars, or Battles, whatever it's called, was a lot of fun. And I think Chipsy made that, and I ended up using that one instead because it looks better. Yeah. You've got to admit, my thumbnails have got better. They're just not much better. That was an unused UC Moments thumbnail because Chipsy made me another one. New Flat. Go and search that up on my channel if you want to know what it's about. Because I can't be bothered explaining. That was my old outro. I think I mentioned it in the last video. Every video from about 2015, late 2015 to early 2016, I'd have this song playing. It was a good song. It was called Frontier by someone or other. It was on Argo Fox. If you look up Argo Fox Frontier, it'll come up with the song. It's got an amazing drop. But I basically included this text behind or with the song at the end of every video. And my current outro, or my current kind of filler for UHC or RRs, was done by Ruben as kind of like a better version of this. And I stopped using an outro in my videos after a while, and so I didn't end up using the one Ruben made me. The reason that was probably my best RR to date, and the reason it's underwater is because that's where I died. Spoilers. The reason that's in lava is because that's where I died. The reason that's next to gold is because that's how I died. Not having enough gold. Pocket SMP, I think that was only about 11 or 12 episodes long, but Cat made me a thumbnail and it looks awesome. Fair play. Yeah, I was team with Sneaky and we're both from the UK and I like flags, so hey ho. That was the last ever Pocket UC season. Don't mean to toot my own horn, but I think I had the most kills. I played 8 seasons of Pocket and I had the most kills, I think, after 8 seasons, or, well, after it finished up. Don't think there was anyone else that had as many as I did. But there were better players in the season, in the UC, I'm not going to deny that. It's just I think I played... But I've played the most seasons other than the Organizer XGC. That was season 1, although I think Zendra made that and then he made a better one or something. That was my old... Oh no, that was Prolific UHC. And it was of an SMP, like the UHC was of players from an SMP, so that's why I've got the SMP in the background. Oh, it just looks terrible, doesn't it? Still better than nothing. Wow, was that my old random PvP thumbnail? I never knew that. Well, I obviously knew at one time, but I clearly forgot. I'm so glad that someone made me a better one. They probably made it because they kept looking at that and thinking, yuck. And I can see why. I wonder if I actually liked that. I must have actually liked that at some time. I did well in all the rebellions, actually. I think I won one. Or won 2, got KT in 1, I think. Recovery? We're into the recovery days now. Recovery UC... I think I used that one, actually. Team GB, that was Red Clan. Oh yeah, so I used that thumbnail for the first, like, 4 episodes. But it was moles, and there was 3 of us from the UK on the team. No, there was 5 of us on a team. 3 of us were from the UK. One of the non-UK members died, and then the other one was a mole. So, final episode, Team GB V2 with Summer included. This was in the old community, I should say, so people like Summer, although he played Reddit rounds later on, like I knew him before that, before he did those sorts of things. That was a combo video. RR feud, Apocalyptic versus Freedom, although I don't think it was done with Siege's blessing, but I mean it was a fun round, but I can understand if he was a wee bit annoyed that it was done behind his back. I don't think it was, right? Forget I said any of that, although not that it really matters all these years later. That was a video that's possibly unlisted on YouTube. I don't remember. It's not on my channel anyway. RSG Ultra Hardcore. One of the first recorded rounds I took part in. I think that was, I was away for 2 weeks and I came back and played some PvP. And turned out it was alright. Sea of Flame. First ever CTM Super Hostile I completed, I reckon. I don't remember, I think it was. But, yep. That was a cringe video. Moving on. In fact, I think I deleted that video because it was so cringe. Highlights. Skywars highlights. Yeah, that was a something. That was a series at one time. Sleepless. That was a UC meetup montage. It was good. I went for the old style of just kind of blurring out the background. I think latterly that was the RSG SMP thumbnail I made. If you want to know what RSG SMP was, it was a group of us. Me and my brother knew some guy IRL, and he had friends that played Minecraft, and eventually we got together and made an SMP around the middle of, like, I first met the guy in the middle of 2013, and we made the SMP in like 2014, and it lasted a few years. I don't really talk to them much now, but you know, I'm still on friendly terms with them and that, and they were cool guys. So I don't talk to any of their friends, but to them I don't talk much either. One of them was called Jack, and a lot of my later PvP videos were with him, so that's who that is. Spellbound Caves. That was, I think I did that series in like record time because I played it so often. I think I'd had 3 failed attempts at Spellbound, so that's why I was so good at it when I came to finally complete it for the first time. That was a failed round. Sunken Island. I have no memory of that. That might have been a map that Zenger and I did, maybe. That was a funny round because it was Dragon Rush, and we had a really OP team, a really stacked team. And we made this plan about how we were going to defeat the dragon in like 3 or 4 episodes, and we all died Ep 2. It was so funny. That was a failed terrain season. Why is there... Okay. Oh, there's 2, because 1 was a failed season. Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring. See, I should probably have used a lighter image for that, because it's kind of dark, but at the same time it's kind of scary. Kind of gives the mood of the early Fellowship of the Ring, which I think is cool. Oh yeah, that was basically I was laughing at the fact that CG's, like, they might get the plans, you know how, so basically they were going to build a wall between Mexico and the US, and CG lives in California, and I thought it was funny to joke about how the wall, they might get the plans wrong and like box in California to Mexico, and CG's house was going to be on the wrong side, so I did a wee skit about it, and it was funny until I realised CG lived nowhere near the border, so you know. Hopefully he doesn't mind me saying that. No one's going to watch this video anyway. I've not given it... Anyway, I've not leaked anything. That was my old RSG SMP thumbnail. And I included like the episode number. But the thing is, we did so much in that SMP. It wasn't a recording SMP. I recorded on it, but no one else did. And we did a lot. There was a lot of people. I say there was a lot of people. I mean, the totality of players that played on it was probably as high as maybe a dozen, maybe 15. But active players throughout the time, it was more like 2 or 3. But there was a lot built. That's the thing. There was a lot done. Like, it was actually a solid SMP in terms of just doing stuff. Look at that. How can you... That is progress. Right. Wait. Oh yeah, we used to do a tower challenge, Dolb and I. Which was kind of fun. It's been a while, though. It's been a while since he's booted up Minecraft. There's my old ultra hardcore thumbnail. Oh, wow. Who made that? Was that Chipsy? I feel like that was Chipsy that made that. I never ended up using that because I think I liked the one I made better. I compromised though, and I used his UC Moments thumbnail because it was better than that. Jings. Oh yeah, look. So this was an old Reddit game, and I got a kill in it, and I thought I'd screenshot it and then use it as a thumbnail. I think that's where I was going with that. There's an old UC player montage thumbnail. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not great, is it? It's not like terrible. I tried to make a wee bit of an effort with it. Oh, I think I made that. Like, that thumbnail I think looks okay. I used a texture or something. What do you call it? Not a texture. Or maybe it was a texture. I don't know. But I used one of those to kind of get that light effect. And it's... I actually like that. Maybe terrain in the background would have looked better, and getting rid of this border too would have been better, and the text could have been better. So a lot could have been better, but I actually like that. It's basically it was a montage of UC moments from myself, although I made it in like 2015 when I'd only been playing for like a year and a half. I mean, bloomin' heck, I played for many years after. That was a good UC trap that I made, although questionable text and stuff. Yeah, thumbnail's not great. Alright, so all this time I've been referring to a... what do you call it? A thumbnail someone made for me in a certain style, and then I basically copied that style forevermore. This is that thumbnail. I did a UC 2016 video. which was all my RR kills basically in it. And yeah, this was that thumbnail. And yeah, you can see clips in the background. It looks so much better than mine. Certainly the text does anyway. Ultra Cake Core, Season 2.5. That was a failed season. Uncharted Territory 2. I'm not a huge fan of that thumbnail because of the massive 2, but hee-ho. That was a good map. That was the first Uncharted Territory map. I think the reason I did Uncharted Territory was to gain more CTM experience, because I figured it wasn't as difficult as Super Hostile. Mainly because the entrance has got stone in it, so you at least can get tools. Whereas in some CTMs, you didn't get stone for quite a while. Which is understandable because, you know, you want to keep it difficult at the start, but at the same time, for a noob like me at the time, I wasn't very confident. Waking Up, that was one of the hardest CTMs I've done. Did it with JC. Wow, that was difficult. Very difficult. We should be near the end though. This is why. Zendra UHC player montage. That scene actually came from the RSG SMP. Kind of liked it, so I used it in that. Zenicar. This is Zed. Yeah, we're back at the end. Well, there you go. Another shorter video looking at some of my old thumbnails. Sorry for the pauses in it and all that. And yeah, it's very raw and ready, but hey ho. It's just the sort of video I was wanting to make. I didn't want to go too try hard on it. Just kind of talk about them a bit. But yeah, I've had a lot of thumbnails made for me, so I do appreciate everyone that's made a thumbnail for me. Not that, well, if any of you are watching, thank you to you directly. For everyone else, thank you for watching. Much appreciated. I will see you when I see you.